Hello and welcome back. This is going to be a bit of a short haul because it is a Johns Hopkins off week. First, from University of Baltimore, I got I'm Not There. This is directed by Todd Haynes, and it is basically an examination of the legend of Bob Dylan with a bunch of different actors and one actress, Kate Blanchett, portraying different facets of Bob Dylan's career and the mythology surrounding him. I did get a chance to watch this, and I liked it a lot better than Todd Haynes' most recent film before this, which was Far From Heaven. But my favorite Todd Haynes films are still the three first feature films he did, which were Poison, Safe, and Velvet Goldmine. I'm not the hugest Bob Dylan fan. He's definitely done some songs I like, and he's done a couple of albums that I think are just wonderful, Bringing It All Back Home and Desire. But I think probably somebody who's a really big Dylan fan would probably be more into this, but I liked it well enough. Next, from Stevenson University Library, I got yet another Errol Morris documentary. This one is A Brief History of Time, which is about Stephen Hawking, and I have not yet seen this one. Then, from the Sights and Sounds Department of the Enoch Pratt Free Library, I got Taxi Blues. This is sort of a funny story of how I came to get this. I was originally planning to get a German comedy called Schulze Gets the Blues, and for some reason I went to the foreign film section and Taxi Blues just called out to me instead, so I will get Schulze eventually, but this was what I got. And I got a chance to watch this, and I really enjoyed it. It's a kind of gritty slice of life film. It was made in 1990, and it's Russian, so it was made before the Soviet Union collapsed. And it's supposedly, everything I've read about this says that it's allegorical, that the two main characters, one represents the old Russia and the other represents the new Russia. I guess so. I just thought it was a good film about two interesting characters. I would recommend it. And then this time I'm back from my Marco Ferreri hiatus, so I got Don't Touch the White Woman, which is a revisionist Western that he did in 1978. I have not seen Blazing Saddles. I'm not a huge Mel Brooks fan, but I think you might consider this maybe a sort of art house version of Blazing Saddles, or if you've seen Robert Altman's film Buffalo Bill and the Indians, it's kind of a little bit more twisted version of that. It's just, I really enjoyed it. There's it's kind of a typical Ferreri film. Ferreri takes on the Western. There are a lot of anachronisms. It's kind of surreal. It's just crazy humor. As you can perhaps tell from the title, if you're easily offended and you don't like being offended, you might want to steer clear of it. But I really liked it. Although so far, if you are new to Ferreri, I think I would recommend seeing La Grande Bouffe first, and or possibly Dillinger is Dead, because those are sort of the most pure Ferreri films that I've seen so far, and then you can move on to Ferreri Does the Western, or that kind of thing. Next I got This Is England, which I have not yet had a chance to see. It's a drama about a young boy growing up in a working class neighborhood in England who falls in with a gang of racist skinheads, and then has to decide whether he wants to join with them or stand on his own. I've heard mixed things about this, and honestly it's not really the type of subject matter that usually appeals to me. I'm often not a big fan of the sort of big issue dramas that are making some important social point. But I saw a trailer for it and I thought it looked really good, and it was at the library. It was free. Why not give it a look? Then I got Friends of God, which is a documentary by Alexandra Pelosi, who happens to be the daughter of Nancy Pelosi, who's currently Speaker of the House. I've seen two of Alexandra Pelosi's previous films. One was called Journeys with George, where she was on the campaign trail with George W. Bush, and another one, the name of which I can never remember, but it's one she did about John Kerry. She was on the campaign trail with him. It has John in the title, but I don't remember the full title. But I enjoy her style. I can see how some people might find her a little obnoxious, but I just find her really endearing. And here she goes around the country interviewing evangelical Christians. So I'm looking forward to seeing this, and it's only an hour long. And last but not least, for my television, Masterpiece Theater, PBS, BBC type entry, I got Anne of Green Gables, the sequel. This is actually not based on any of the Anne of Green Gables books, I don't think, but it's a follow-up to the television productions of Anne of Green Gables and Anne of Avonlea, and has much of the same cast. And I was a big fan of those two earlier films, and also I was a huge fan of the books. So even if they take liberties, I usually don't really care as long as the film is good. So I'm looking forward to seeing this as well. And if you've made it this far, thanks for watching, and I hope you'll join me for my next video.